PushGapRadio.com, Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Fellas, we've had a heck of a season. We've had a heck of a journey, but it ain't over yet. We still have one more chapter to close. And some of you guys that's connected around the circle has pro ambitions and dreams and aspirations. We just had one of our own be awarded the most prestigious award that could be awarded for a college football player. Where y'all, Trav? Come on in, Trav. He gave you the appreciation and respect that you all deserve, but it could not have happened without you all. But guess what? If it happened for him, why can't it happen for you? Right. Why can't it happen for you? 3 called me, hit me the other night. He said, I'm next. Am I right? When I responded and said, you. We happen to have 2 guys that's probably going to be number 1 and 2 in the draft, right? Come on in, Shador. Let's lock in, let's hold each other accountable, and let's finish strong. Break it down on these 2. Here we go.
Cam voted.
Third leg on 3. 1, 2, 3. Third leg.
Warren Sapp is fitting right in with Deion Sanders in Colorado football. The NFL legend and Hall of Famer was hired by Deion Sanders in Colorado football, and Sapp's impact can be seen already as he has been coaching up the D-line, providing mentorship and technique advice for Colorado's defensive tackles, and having fun with the players as well.
It's about your skill and your will. It's about your skill and your will at this point.
Got it,
We're going to go about this as one unit, one heartbeat, one field. And we lead them, right? So let's go.
He wants to coach on the staff, and he wants to be a part of the staff, and he is want to be a part of the staff, but he is unbelievable. The kids love him. Oh, my God, they love him. When they just see him, when the D-linemen see him, they light up like a Christmas tree. And one of the most beautiful sights I've seen was first after practice one day. He just came here to kick and came here to see me, and he was in the hot tub. At first, it was one guy. Look down there 30 minutes later, you got the whole defensive line in the hot tub, and he's holding court. And you know how he's animated like John Madden, and he's doing all his antics, and he has captivated all their attention, and they're hanging on to every word. And he has so much to give, man, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see him on a daily basis.
Hey, welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at PushGapRadio.com.
PushGapRadio.com. Bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. PushGapRadio.com. It's Dallas, baby.
PushGapRadio.com, Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
PushGapRadio.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Welcome back to another edition of Shaka 401 in the main event on PushGapRadios.com. Happy holidays to one and all. It's fastly approaching. Hope that you have the very best holiday of your lifetime. Warren Sapp, mine, defensive coordinator for the Colorado Buffaloes defense. Look here, mine, if exuberance, energy, and enthusiasm was a part of winning football, then you can see why the Colorado defense was so off the chain this year, with Big Warren Sapp being in there, mine. If them boys channeled half the energy that NFL Hall of Famer Warren Sapp brings to the field, mine, as you saw this year in 2024, it was on and banging. Sapp brings a whirlwind of energy to the Bucs defensive line. Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer, Warren Sapp. Sapp first became acquainted with the Bucs a year or so ago when he paid a visit to Coach Prime early in the season. So he came back for the game against USC. Said it became apparent that he could connect with the players. And a lot of the defense sought him out for advice. You just heard Prime explain that to you. So they love the boy. Sapp said they used to call him at home at 5:30 in the morning, asking him to come watch video and tape with him. Amazing. He wasn't around on a daily basis when he first started coming out to the Colorado Buffs practices and whatnot. Said he wasn't trying to make judgments based on the season before, except for one glaring flaw that he observed in 2023. He said the one thing he didn't see last year before he turned the TV off was they couldn't stop the run in Colorado. And he said that wouldn't happen with him. He promised them it wouldn't happen with him, Playboy. He told them they was going to earn the right to rush the passer by stopping the run. That's the way he played in college and the pros. Full discretion, I met Warren Sapp. I was a limousine driver in Dallas, Texas. I met Sapp back in the late 2000s, went and picked him up at a hotel in downtown Dallas to take him to DFW Airport. This little snow bunny got in. We had to go drop her off. But yeah, amazing guy. I'm 5'9", and it's like Sapp was barely bigger than me. But the man, when I tell you, one of the greatest celebrities I ever met. My number one celebrity is Charlie Daniels. Devil Went Down to Georgia. Picked him up one day. He sat in the car with me 45 minutes and talked. But yeah, I met Warren Sapp. Great guy. Tipped me well. Appreciate that. But yeah, the greatness that is Warren Sapp. Check him out.
That's exactly the way Warren Sapp played. When Warren Sapp played, he was probably one of the most intense personalities to ever play the game. I would say he's right up there with a Lawrence Taylor and somebody like a Ray Lewis. Somebody with a just intense personality that just rubs off on the entire team. And you can't help but to give it your all when you're playing with somebody like that. He's somebody that not only demands excellence from himself, but from everybody around him.
Yeah, Sapp did both things extremely well in his 13-year career with Tampa Bay and Oakland Raiders. He could stop the run and he could rush the passer. Sapp was a beast. You already know. Those of you of a certain age. Great numbers when he played. 19 forced fumbles in his career. 12 recoveries. We'll get into that. Yeah, that's what got Warren Sapp a bust in Canton. Now he's trying to bring that attitude to Colorado's defensive line. Since 2024, he served as a graduate assistant for the Colorado Buffaloes. Why'd you bring number 99 to Boulder? Sapp and Prime are Florida boys. Okay, that's one of the reasons Prime bought him. But when Prime knew that he had to beef up that defense, who you gonna call?
In order to improve the terrible DEION, he called up NFL Hall of Famer Warren Sapp. He was inducted into Pro Football Hall of Fame on August 3, 2013. Played 13 NFL seasons. Saw action in 198 career games with 188 starts with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Raiders. Totaled 96.5 career sacks. The second most by an interior lineman in NFL history. Named All-Pro 4 times. Selected to 7 straight Pro Bowls. From 1997 to 2003, part of 2 NFL All-Decade teams, 1990s and 2000s, named NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1999. After posting 12.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles, Warren Sapp was the perfect candidate to transform this Colorado DEION. He has accomplished everything in the game and has all of the answers the kids want to know. When he arrived
Warren Carlos Sapp, professional football player, was a defensive tackle for 13 years in the National Football League, primarily with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's 51 years old, from Orlando, Florida, and was a first-round draft pick in the 1995 NFL Draft. He was an integral part in one of the league's top defenses in the late 90s and early 2000s, if you recall. And he helped the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a world championship in Super Bowl 37 in 2002. Now, in case you forgot who Warren Sapp was in his heyday, let's put some respect on this man's name. This is why the Colorado Buffs D is so ferocious. Now, let's revisit the greatness that is Warren Sapp and explain to you why Coach Prime brought Sapp to Colorado. Check him out.
When he arrived to Boulder, he began to change the mindset in the line. Sapp has said that he's addicted to coaching and that he's enjoying every second of it. He's also said that he's learning every day from his players, who are teaching him that the game is different now. He's drilling the Buffs with a focus on work ethic, fundamentals, and trust. Every day he requires maximum effort and their undivided attention. He wants the team to show up like a bunch of wild dogs to the stadium. Over the course of the offseason, you could definitely tell a difference in the defense. They were playing fast, aggressive football. None of this would have been possible without Warren Sapp. Transforming the line, his demand for greatness, completely rubbed off on the players. With Coach Sapp returning 2025, the DEION is only going to get better. Since joining the coaching staff this season, Sapp has helped turn Colorado's defensive line from a joke into an intimidating force of nature. But Sapp's influence goes beyond X's and O's, like Coach DEION Sanders. Sapp has infused Colorado with a spirit that runs hot. He brings passion, wisdom, and the ability to teach. With the help of Warren Sapp, Colorado's line will dominate for many years to come.
Yeah, whatever Big Sapp doing down there in Colorado is working, man. Whatever he doing in Boulder. Very dominant defensive lineman during his playing days. He was an All-American at University of Miami, the U, back in the 90s, and went into the Hall of Fame in 2013. Why did Prime bring him to the Buffs? Sapp got them boys looking like the swashbuckling, sometime outrageous defensive units that Sapp led back in 94 at the University of Miami when he was the best defensive tackle in college football. Big Sapp wasn't just good. He was loud, quick, physical, and intimidating. He brought that same bodacious spirit to the Colorado team and helped put them in playoff contention until he dropped the ball in that one game. Here's a history on how Big Sapp turned the Buffs around.
You are looking at arguably the best defensive lineman of the late 90s. His name, Warren Sapp, and he was an anchor to those legendary Tampa Bay Buc defenses because this guy had a relentless motor. He played to the end of the snap and couldn't be stopped, and his resume, thoroughly impressive. 7-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year, and even led the Bucs to a Super Bowl in 2003. He was also known for his legendary battles against Brett Favre that used to go at it in Lambeau Field. And his big, bright personality, Warren Sapp, he's an all-time great.
So yeah, Colorado finished out the season 9-3, 7-2 in their conference. Big Sapp said a college game changed to a degree since he was a standout back in Miami in the 90s. He said the passing game was much more wide open and said the run game is not nearly as prevalent as it was in his day. But that ain't changed his work ethic. You're required to succeed around Sapp. Sapp like Prime. They winners. And they only want winners around them. Sapp drills that into the Buffs at every possible opportunity to let them know about greatness. You want to get to the NFL? You want to get to the league? It's going to take some work. Now, Sapp won the Super Bowl with a Tampa Bay team that was coached by John Gruden. They beat the Oakland Raiders 48-21. Sapp said he wanted to make Tony Dungy the first African-American coach to win a Super Bowl title, but Dungy was fired as the coach of the Buccaneers after the 2001-2002 season, right before the Bucs won the championship. Now he wants to make history with Prime. He said, what I have a chance to do, what I couldn't do in the NFL, is lead a black coach to a championship, he said, referring to Dungy. He said, I had the chance to hand the man the trophy, and we missed it by a sliver. But I won't miss this one. He said he won't miss a chance to get the first black head coach an NCAA championship, man. He said they're going to get it done. Not this year. They're going to the Alamo Bowl, December 28th. Make sure you're on deck for that. But yeah, that's the gospel according to Warren Sapp. He get them boys ready and tell them it's time to eat. And what they tell him, let's eat, coach. Thank you for logging on to the bangingest thing in the urban internet radio game. Never average, never mediocre, online, on point, and on the freaking money. Pray until something happens. God always provides. At PushGapRadios.com, the power is in the name. Ho, ho, ho. Happy holidays to one and all. Capricorns, we on deck. So happy birthday to each and one of you. PushGapRadios.com. Dallas, baby. And we're out.